Hey, Shelly and Anthony, what's up? Good to see you. Steph UH, welcome everybody. All right, we're gonna be doing a round 2 test. We have now migrated back to the other streaming software. We're gonna be headed uptown. I'm actually gonna be taking you guys to 5th Avenue, 49th Street. I gotta quickly go back to the office. I gotta get a couple things done before the big night. But Happy New Year to everybody. Preston is here, says you're live early. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of a test, and I think it'll be cool to see what the city looks like during the day. You know, very, very seldom do we ever get the opportunity and the chance to go live during the day, obviously, because we're working. Many people are working. So happy Saturday, happy last day of the year. Hopefully you have all finished strong. Obviously, yesterday was the last trading day of the year, last trading day of 2022. The S&P 500 finishing down just under 20%. I think 19.5%. Hey, Audi 1966 is Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you too. On this very rainy New Year's Eve. Now, the funny thing, it was nice all week. Well, I should say for the majority of the week, it was pretty nice. Karen Oakley is here, the ABX girl. Always good to see you. Thanks for being here. Trez Boston says, have a great 2023. Thank you so much. I hope the same exact thing for you. Jared Covey, thank you so much for the $5 donation. This is Happy New Year. Jared Covey, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for everything this year. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you have some good plans. Hopefully you have some fun things planned for tonight. And in addition, hopefully it's not raining where you guys are in the country or in the world. Now, I think it's supposed to actually pick up and accelerate the rain throughout the night. I think it's actually going to get way, way worse going into midnight. So if anybody has plans to ring in the new year here in New York City, especially from Times Square, definitely bring your umbrella. Definitely bring that umbrella. Dr. Longus is here. What's up? Bryant Beck says, of course, it would be raining on New Year's Eve. It's crazy, right? Because the past couple of days, the weather has been amazing in New York. 45, 50 degrees. It's actually quite warm out today. I think it's probably, over 50 degrees today. It's actually a really nice day, but we have the rain. Silvo, good to see you, says, hey Tom, from Brazil. Michelle Henry says, hey Tom. Western Mass Dave. Always good to see you, Dave. Thank you for joining us tonight, or I should say this evening. I think this may be the earliest live stream we've ever done. The LT Prods is better rain than snow or ice. You know, I actually think, like, if I had to stand out in Times Square, right, for 5 hours to watch the ball drop, I think I would prefer 23 degrees and very light snow, because when it's 23 degrees, the snow is not wet and you're not going to get all wet. If you dress warm, you'll be fine. But if it's like 50 degrees or 45 degrees and downpouring rains and you have to stand outside, you know, it's weird, but you almost feel colder, I think. I don't know, any thoughts there? Would you rather stand out in Times Square, or really anywhere, in pouring rain or snow? I think the snow, at least you don't get soaking wet, right? I know, Ryan Beck, I don't know either. I think they have, I honestly don't know. I mean, we'll check it out. I think we're probably gonna walk up there now. Now, if you could see all the way in front of you, this is Macy's Herald Square. We're actually gonna be walking directly past the very famous entrance to the Long Island Railroad. This is where I spend much of my time. You can see the Port Authority police. And here's the main entrance to the Long Island Railroad. Now, usually you have an amazing view of the Empire State Building. I think the view is still pretty good. I mean, the Empire is covered in clouds. A little bit rainy. Hey, Sunset Blue says, hey Tom, good to see you, Sunset Blue. Patricia Ivory is here, says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Patricia. Thanks for joining. Brilski Michelle McGraw, what's up? Michelle McGraw, Happy New Year. So you have everybody selling all of the New Year's Eve items, I guess. Noisemakers and all that. John says, Tom, where do you come from, please? We are coming from Long Island, New York. We just arrived maybe about an hour ago. We're about to head to the office. So we are going to be going to 49th Street, 5th Avenue. I got to get a couple things done. I'm going to put my stuff down, then I'm going to go out to eat. I think I may go to Chinatown again. I think that's what I may do for New Year's Eve. I think I may eat dinner in Chinatown, one of my favorite places. Hopefully it's not packed. I think it may be packed. I think it's going to be absolutely packed in Chinatown tonight. Mickey says hello from Merrick. Love that. Merrick is a very nice town in Nassau County. I come from Massapequa, so not too far off from you, my friend. TC is here. What's up? Says hello, Tom, and Happy New Year. Thank you for streaming today. Hey, thank you, TC, for being here. I appreciate it. We're now walking outside the very famous Macy's here at Herald Square. Well, almost at Herald Square. And it seems as if the crowds are just starting to pick up. Touring different places is here. Carmen Jimenez, welcome. Says greetings from California, Tom, and Happy New Year to you. Now, what part of California? I think in some parts of Cali it's raining still. Patrick, New York. What's up, Patrick? Happy New Year's Eve to you. Wishing you a great 2023. On this very foggy and rainy day. Vinny Castellano. So, Vinny, I'm not sure. I'm debating between two places I want to go to tonight. Now, number one, it's a restaurant called 456. And then the second one it's not a new restaurant, but I've started to go there. It's called Ming Wong. It's fantastic. That actually may be better than 456. And it's two doors down, too. Hey, Mark Davis is here from Toronto, Canada. What's up? It's good afternoon there, Tom. Hope all is well with you. Happy New Year's from Toronto. Thank you so much. Eddie is here. Says Happy New Year. Thank you, Eddie. This is 2 hours to go from Switzerland. Very cool. Welcome to everybody from Switzerland. I think we got to wipe the camera here. Carmen says the Coachella Valley. It's overcast, cool, but no rain yet. Vinny Castellano says, Tom, no Becco tonight. You know, it's not a bad idea, but I don't think you'll be able to get in there, honestly. I'll check, but honestly, I think if you went to any of the Italian places in Midtown that are very, very close, I should say very, very close to Times Square, is going to be completely booked up. So, Sunset Blue, Felipe Morales, thanks for joining us. Now, I wonder when they're going to take down all the holiday decorations here right outside of Macy's. Gina Thomas says Tom is out during the day. Yeah, we're doing some testing. And, you know, very seldom are we live during the day because of work. But it's New Year's Eve and it falls on a Saturday. So I thought, you know, what the heck? I have to go into the office anyway, so we might as well try to do a behind-the-scenes look. Laytha's here, says hello, Tom, and everybody in the chat, wishing you a happy and healthy New Year. Thank you, Laytha. I appreciate it. And thank you for being a great moderator this year. It is very much appreciated, Robert, as well. Now, it's not too bad. I mean, as you could see We are now at Herald Square, 34th Street. Seems like a lot of people are walking uptown. I think as we head into the 40s, a lot of the foot traffic is going to build up. I think Koreatown is going to be really, really packed today too. Here's one of the last shots we'll get at Macy's Herald Square. Vinny Castellanos. Tom, our decorations will come down on the 2nd. So we're now crossing 6th Avenue. We'll actually make a left here. We'll try to head up. Hey, D is here. What's up, D? Sparks Carnival, what's up? Thank you for joining us on this very early live stream. Now, Sparks Carnival, when I went into Penn Station, I picked up a copy of IBD, Investors Business Daily. Now, usually I have it sent to my house, but the address change never really works. So obviously I have all the papers sent to my place in Miami, but whenever I go to change it, it never comes, and it usually goes to the neighbors, and then I can never get it back. So I picked it up today in Penn Station, like I used to do way, way back in the day. And check out the cover story. I think you'd like it. I always like to see the interesting predictions and things like that from the Wall Street analysts. Hey, Gina Thomas, thank you so much for your very kind $20 donation. It says Happy New Year. You're my friend, and now come back to warm Florida. I know. Gina Thomas, we'll be back there soon enough. You know, I think we'll probably be back in Southern Florida, Miami, 2nd week of January. But Gina Thomas, thank you so much for your very kind donation. I appreciate it very, very much, and Happy New Year to you and your family. And thank you for joining us tonight or this afternoon. Ed T is here. What's up, Ed? Welcome. Teresa Diaz is here. My good friend Teresa, welcome. I think it's also raining in your neck of the woods too. Now, at least it's not 10 degrees, I guess. No, we'll make a... Actually, we'll keep going up 2 more. Keep going up 2 more. Marcy M says Happy New Year's Eve, Tom and everybody. Thank you, Marcy M. I appreciate it. Lane Kerner says, can you go down to 14th Street? Maybe. But I got to go to the office first. I got to get some stuff done. Maybe we'll do that a little bit later tonight. Mark Davis says, Tom, I think you mentioned about visiting Canada in 2023. Is that true? Yes, it is. Now, I was going to go to Montreal in 2020, but we all know what happened with that, right? So this year is going to be the year where I knock out a lot of traveling, and that includes our neighbors to the north in Canada. But maybe I'll make my way over to Toronto as well. It's a beautiful city, great city. But you know what, Mark? I think I want to wait until it gets a little bit warmer to visit Toronto. So maybe we'll do that maybe at the end of May or early June. I think the weather's a little bit more pleasant there, perhaps. Vivian, what's up? Says Bank United, I retired a few years from being in their client care experience analyst. Wow, very cool, Vivian. That's awesome. And congratulations on your retirement as well. TC says, Tom, did you get a chance to post the 2 to 3 preferred followed Twitter accounts? I didn't. I completely forgot about it. Thank you for reminding me. That's going to be one of the first things I do once I get back to the office here. I will definitely do that. I'll make sure I list probably the top 5 follows as it relates to the financial markets. Hey, Design Ideas, thank you so much for the $7.77 donation. Just Happy New Year, Tom. Looking forward to a luck Lucky year for 2023. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be a great year filled with tons of opportunity. So design ideas, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. And wishing you and your family a very happy new year. Hey, Arum Z says Happy New Year's, Tom. Toronto is a must-visit city. Yeah, I got to get back there. I mean, I was there once, but honestly, I don't even really remember it. I was so young. I was too young. I wasn't an adult. You know, I got to experience the city as an adult. Now, I did go to, from what I remember, by the way, a Toronto Blue Jays game. And I remember the stadium, the roof would open and close. It's the only really memory I have. Dono says hello from Chile. Good to see everybody from Chile. M-Wall on the run. Okay, now we are, you could tell the crowds are just starting to get a little bit more, I would say the crowds are thickening here as we make our way towards 42nd Street. Now, if they're like this now, you can only imagine what they are going to be like as you get closer. These people standing still in the middle of the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I told you I finally got like fake. I got them I got like fake eyelashes.
Now I think we'll make a right to try to avoid the crowds here.
I don't think I am. Well, I got some. I'm not comfortable with
Hey, Haas Manning, what's up? So I had a great time in Toronto. The Drake Hotel has a great restaurant. Let me take a screenshot of that. I'll probably stay with friends or something like that, but we'll see. You know what I just realized too? Okay, so here's some perspective for you guys. It seems as if they start closing off all of the side streets leading into Times Square, starting at around West 38th Street. So you'll notice, you'll see all the sanitation vehicles, you'll see the NYPD police cruisers, mainly to block any through traffic to try to get into Times Square. I think it's a pretty good idea. Now, if I had to make a prediction, I think this time, or I should say, probably about 9, 10 o'clock at night, this entire street will probably be completely filled up with people. I think it's going to be really, really packed here. Colleen, thank you so much, as I want to wish everybody the happiest and healthiest New Year. Thank you so much, Colleen. Mohammed is here. What's up? Says Mohammed, Happy New Year, Tom from Egypt. And I hope one day you will visit the pyramids. Mohammed, I would love that, my friend. Mohammed, that is one of my, I think one of the top things that I want to do is travel to Egypt and see the pyramids. I think my first 27 years of my life has been very, very geared towards staying in New York and staying stagnant here. So I definitely want to travel more. I think that's going to be one of my biggest, I would say, pushes. Sweet country living in Michigan. As you are live early, so glad. I was hoping to see you live in New York today. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing some testing now. Maybe we'll be on later tonight, I got to see. But I think it's going to be an interesting perspective to show everybody what New York looks like leading up to the ball drop. But good to see you, sweet country living in Michigan. Welcome. Mickey, welcome. Karina Thompson. Hey, Tim Parker. This is Tom. Happy New Year from British Columbia. Happy New Year to you too. Here's another look at the side streets that are totally blocked off. Edward Adams, yep, foot traffic only after a certain point. Once you get to Times Square, you have to stay until the ball's dropped. They lock you in. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. I think I would get a little bit too claustrophobic just standing in Times Square. And it looks like it's going to be a rainy one too. It's going to be really wet for everybody. Hey, 48 says Happy New Year, Tom from New Zealand. We are in 2023 now. Ah, you're right. So I think our friends in Korea are also in 2023. As well as New Zealand, I think, too. Patrick, New York, welcome. You know what I found out? So for anybody who's listening or watching from Korea, they usually don't put too much weighting on like the New Year's celebration. They wake up very, very early to watch the sunrise on New Year's Day. I never knew that. But supposedly that is the sort of tradition. I guess it kind of makes sense. Okay, West 40th Street. Right across the street, you'll see the Bank of China. And everybody is headed towards Times Square. You could see a little bit of it right here. You could actually see the New York Times building all the way in the back. Hey, Lane is here, says I can't believe 2022 is almost done. I can't believe it either. It seems like 2020, 2021, and 22 have just been a big blur. I know Gina Thomas is like, don't do it, fellow introvert here. I just think it's too many people, honestly. I guess to do it once is kind of cool, but Wicklesworth says Happy New Year from India. Good to see all of our Indian viewers. It's kind of crazy to see 40th Street all blocked off like this, but then again, it's actually kind of nice. So to the left of us is Bryant Park, where they have the Winter Village set up and the ice skating rink. Hey, Nadij Richard, what's up? Says, hey, Tom and everybody. So nice to see you early in the afternoon. Wishing you and your loved ones and our team a very happy, blessed, and healthy, prosperous New Year. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for the very kind words, Nadij. And I'm wishing you and your family a very happy New Year as well. Thanks so much. Yeah, Sparks Carnival was like good riddance 2022. I mean, talking about stock market performance, I think this was the worst year for the major equity indices since the great financial crisis of 2008. Also, the 60-40 portfolio, the general broad-based, most basic portfolio that's made up in the majority of retirement accounts, had their worst performing year in history on record. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a 60-40 is, it is a 60% weighting to equities, right, or stocks, and a 40% weighting to bonds. You know, I always wanted to get one of these hats. I think they give them out, but you may have to go into Times Square. I don't know if I have the mental fortitude for that. But here's Bryant Park Winter Village. It smells amazing here. It smells beautiful. Mona D is here, says Happy New Year to you, Tom. Thank you so much, Mona D. Joe is here. Welcome. Muhammad is here. Welcome, Muhammad. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, we'll cut through Bryant Park. I got to go to 49th Street, 5th Avenue. But it smells fantastic here. Like, I can't even begin to describe the smells. Ah, the LT Prod, very nice, awesome. Love that. It's kind of nice that they keep the Winter Village open on New Year's Eve. You know, I heard a rumor that they were going to close it on New Year's Eve just for safety and crowd control. But it's kind of nice that they keep it open because it allows people sort of an escape from the crazy Midtown to sort of sit down and eat and hang out. I know Marcy M says, I wish there was smell-o-vision. We'll have to invent that. We'll have to patent that and invent that ourselves. Now, I think one of my side projects in 2023 is going to be building my own proprietary streaming software. I think that's going to be a side project. I don't know how long it's going to take. I may need to get with some friends, but I think we could do it. I think we'll be able to do it. It may take 2 years, but I think we'll do it. Now, this place all the way at the end, I got to plug this place. I think it's Breezy Hill Orchard and Cider Mill. This is the greatest place you're ever going to go to in life. Very expensive. I think their prices have increased like 100% literally year over year. But it's a small business, so once a year I tend to support it. It's fantastic. It's right here. They sell the hot apple cider and also the apple cider donuts as well. But with inflation, just as anything, prices have gone on a rocket ride to the moon. I'll try to give you guys a view from the other side. Hey, Gail Arnold, what's up? Says, hey, Tom, when you said you stay because you're dormant, you stay because you're honoring your craft. Yeah, you'll get to the pyramid soon enough. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope to do all that stuff before 30. All right, let's go to the main fountain here. Yeah, that's right. So 2023 will be the year that I turn 28. Oh my God, that is, that's insanity. That's crazy. That is insane. Am I looking forward to it? I would say, yeah, I'm looking forward to turning 28. Hey, Western Mass Dave, this is Tom wishing Ocho a Happy New Year as well. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Petros says commercial streaming software not good enough. It's difficult to read all the chats. I don't really know how to explain it, but Gail Arnold says 28 is the best year. I think it's going to be the best year for me. I still got a couple months left. I turned 28 in May, at the end of May. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Steph UH, Happy New Year to you. Thanks for joining in the chat. Good to see you. How's the weather where you are for this New Year's Eve? I feel the rain just starting to pick up again, so we may have to go to the office and get the umbrella. And there's actually quite a few people ice skating before the big ball drop. Hey, yeah, Western Mass Dave is like, look at it this way, the 30s are some of the best years of your life. It's good to know. Good to know. Cosmo Scary, Happy New Year. Cosmo, good to see you. And thank you so much for all of your help with the channel this year. I appreciate you very much. Our good Baruch Bearcat. So thank you for all your help this year, Cosmo. I appreciate it very much.
Oh no, I understand what you're saying. So they both went.
Eric says what I would give to be 28 again. So this is the lodge. Seems like a lot of people are here on New Year's Eve. Sparks Carnival, I agree with that. Sparks Carnival says the best investment one can make is in their health. 1,000%. Now, I was looking at that health app, right, on my phone, the Apple Health app, and it says that we averaged about 20,000 steps a day, which I think is pretty good. I think next year in 2023, I think we want to pump those numbers up a bit. I think I want to go for 25, because if you do 25,000 steps a day, that's what, a little bit over 9 miles, maybe just about 10 miles a day, I think. Hey, Richard Vogel is here. Happy New Year, Richard. Thanks for joining us. Microsoft, Happy New Year. Speaking of Microsoft, all of my Microsoft Office licenses renewed today. I just got that email. I think I pay about $78 a year for that. PBM, welcome. Here's the Salesforce Tower. Now, Salesforce was the worst performing stock in the Dow Industrials this year. We'll see if that stays the same course. Kirby says, Tom, any recommendations for walking shoes? I honestly don't. I get so many emails about what walking shoes do I recommend. I just walk in my work shoes, honestly. My older ones. So we pound out all these miles in Cole Haan shoes that are really beaten to no end. Wow, Pearl Harbor Disciple, 8,000 steps is a lot, especially at that age. That's awesome, man. You should be really proud of yourself. So Cosmo, I'm curious, what did you think? Tell us about the new marijuana dispensary. What was your takeaway from the event that you went to? So what is it? If you're over the age of 21 in New York, you could walk in there and buy whatever you want. Is that correct? And it's in the Lower East Side, or on the Lower East Side, is that right? Wow, Melanie M, thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate that very much. Cosmos says, I thought they should have had a bigger ceremony for such a historic event. I saw a little bit of it on the news, but I was watching your stream about it. Lee says, Tom, I don't know why, but the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve always goes so quickly. Happy New Year, Tom and everybody. Lee, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words, Lee. Richard Vogel says, Tom, do you know how much the tax is on marijuana? I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly. But I actually think it's a step in the right direction, not to get too off the beaten path here. But, you know, I do have a little bit of a background in criminal justice, criminology. And a big problem with illegal marijuana sales now is that a lot of it, I shouldn't say a lot, but some of it is laced with very dangerous fentanyl, and people are buying this stuff on the street and dying and passing away. So I think if you make it a government regulated industry, right, where the growers are regulated, you know essentially what you're buying is safe, you're essentially going to cut the middlemen out of the industry, and the middlemen just happen to be the nefarious bad actors. So I actually think it's a good idea, because regardless of if you agree with it or not, I think you have and if that's now, you notice when we start to buffer, this is Times Square right here, 42nd Street. So yeah, that's my take on it. I think, you know, if people are going to do it anyway, it doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. I would rather have it be a regulated industry where the growers and the sellers could be held accountable if there's any wrongdoing, right? Just with any normal industry. And then you can garner tax revenue from it. People will be safer using it. So I agree. I just don't know too much about it, but if you want to check out our moderator Cosmo, he had a really interesting live stream there. So we are now outside the Steven Schwartzman building here. And that's the thing, like me personally, for my personal choices, I'm against it. But America is a free nation, right? We are a nation of freedom and free markets, and you have to respect that. And I'm not the only one in this country, so. So this is the subway entrance directly under the Steven Schwartzman building here. Hey, Evan Weeks. Evan, Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you for joining the channel this year. We appreciate it. Here's a pretty good view of the architectural design of the Steven Schwartzman building here. Hey, Webley Coffee Spill, what's up? Let's just go down Library Way. Curious what stores are there now. Okay, yeah, we'll check it out. Now, Library Way is right to the left here. And if you stand in the middle of the street on Library Way, you actually have a really nice view of the Steven Schwartzman building. Very iconic view at that. Gaston Sales says 1 week without going to work and missed that block kind of, yeah. You know, it's a bummer that they turned off the fountains here. Usually they have the fountains on. Hey, Chris Beeman, what's up? Thank you for joining our very early stream. Joe Driver, good to see you. Now we are now standing at the main steps. DJ's reviewing under 2. This is Happy New Year, Tom from Georgia. Hope your new year is awesome. Thank you, DJ. I wish the exact same for you. Hey, Free Time, what's up? You know, I don't know, Free Time, I'll tell you this. I think what I'm gonna do is go down to Chinatown and have dinner there. You know, Vinny Castellano recommended you should probably go to Becco. But here's the thing, I think any restaurant in and around Times Square, now Becco is not in Times Square, right? But it's near, it's close, it's Restaurant Row, which is right off Times Square. I think it's gonna be packed, it's gonna be too packed. So maybe I'll head down to Chinatown, get some really interesting and amazing food there. I know Dr. Longus is almost 1,000 people watching in the daytime. That's crazy, I didn't expect that. I mean, usually we go live at 8:30. So I think the audience is rather trained to join at that time. So thanks everybody for joining this test live stream. So we're crossing 5th Avenue. We're headed towards Library Way, and we're gonna check out all the different, I guess, the stores and the shops that are there. You could just see all the police barricades here, stretching pretty much as far as the eye could see. Hey, Nancy Segura, good to see you. So this is the Andaz Hotel. There actually used to be one on Wall Street. Does anybody remember that? But I think it actually closed down. It used to be right on the corner adjacent to Deutsche Bank, which, as we know from watching the stream, the Deutsche Bank is no longer on Wall Street. They've moved and taken over the Time Warner Center, 59th Street, Columbus Circle. Hey, Eduardo says Happy New Year from the Philippines. Thank you, Eduardo, for watching. Now, we see some retail storefronts for lease here. Looks like we have a culmination of apartments. Looks like the NYPD is doing a little bit of a huddle up before the big night. But this is really like what I like about Library Way. You have a direct view of the Steven Schwartzman building and the Salesforce Tower, Mark Benioff's building. You could actually, now that we're far enough away, you could see the Salesforce at the top. Hey, FredX. Happy early stream. Happy New Year's Eve to you. Thanks for joining us here, checking out Library Way. Looks like we have some shops here called Sunrise Market. Hello Mate 2008 says hello Tom, good to see you. Zos is watching from Liverpool. Some of my family are in New York. Awesome. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year to you and your family. Cosmo, what's your go-to place in Chinatown? I'm curious. If you have one. If you have a go-to place. Oh, Cosmos is staying live till midnight? No. No way. I don't think we could do that. I wanted to try out Prism Live, the streaming software, but we tried it, didn't work. Now here is PwC. We talked about PwC as we had our conversation about IBM. Obviously, IBM has sold off their Watson healthcare unit to PwC. Hey, the Garlic is here. Good to see you, the Garlic. Wow, notice how empty it is on Madison Avenue. Everybody is crowded into Midtown. I mean, we walked up Avenue of the Americas and it was extremely, extremely busy. Just Barry says, hey Tom, happy to see you. Thank you, Just Barry. Happy New Year to you. And now we're looking at the One Vanderbilt building. Now, yesterday we briefly talked about some interesting predictions that we may all have for the next year. Hey, Mr. Cortez, thank you so much for the $5 donation. This is Happy New Year, Tom. Thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate it very, very much. And I'm wishing you a very Happy New Year to you and your family as well. Free Time says, is Madison Avenue still the big advertising center? You know, I think a lot of that stuff has transitioned and changed. And we sort of talk about that in relation to Wall Street as well. Now, a lot of tourists, when they come to New York, here's a view of the Chrysler Building, you know, they think the physical street of Wall Street is where the majority of the financial activity happens. But it's actually not true. I mean, ever since the introduction of algorithmic trading and electronic trading, much of the broker-dealers, hedge funds, and investment banks have actually migrated uptown here on Park Avenue, which you guys are going to see now. Also in the Times Square area. If you notice, you know, think about the old Lehman Brothers office building. That was right on the northernmost side of Times Square. And when Lehman Brothers collapsed, They actually did a deal with a British investment bank called Barclays, and now Barclays Investment Bank takes over the old Lehman Brothers. So a lot of the financial activity, right? A lot of the investment banks, hedge funds, family offices are actually located just north of this very famous building right here, which is Grand Central Terminal. And I think you could say the same thing about a lot of the advertising. Now, much of it still goes on, but they're all displaced all over the city now. Now we are headed towards Pershing Square. Pershing Square is actually the name of Bill Ackman's hedge fund. Hey, DMs. Hello, Tom. Wishing everybody a healthy and prosperous 2023. DM, you too. Happy New Year's Eve. Hopefully you have some interesting and fun plans for the night. Look at all the taxi cabs lined up around here. I'm sure they'll be very busy tonight. Zada is here. Welcome, Zada. Hey, JG says Happy New Year from Norway. Welcome, everybody from Norway. Steve CR says Financial Times says 2022 worst year for stocks and bonds since 2008. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And more specifically, to your point, this has been the worst year on record for the average broad-based 60-40 investment portfolio. So you talk about 60% equity exposure, 40% bond exposure or fixed income exposure. That has been the worst year, the worst performance ever. Crazy year we've had. But if you guys are enjoying tonight's, or I should say this evening's live stream so far, feel free to click the like button on the video and hit the subscribe button if you're new. We usually go live around 8:30 p.m. and we would love to have you guys joining us for more live streams. Patty Benty says, hey Tom, Happy New Year from Milan. Very cool, love that. Happy New Year to you. I'll show you guys this massive hippo here, and maybe I'll give you a look in the restaurant, which is actually built right into the bridge here, Pershing Square. Jesus, may your new year be prosperous and bright all through the year and beyond. Thank you. I wish the exact same to you. I'll try to give you guys a look inside. Now, this is a very, I would say, a little bit overpriced, but the architecture in here is really classic and really, really beautiful. Let me know what you guys think about the inside of the restaurant here. Really, really nice. You can see the bar on this side. And then all the way back here, you can see the MetLife building. Yeah, the garlic, I agree. Shout out to the people working on New Year's Eve, for sure. Kamar says, hello, Happy New Year from Tunisia. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Webley Coffee Spill says, Tom, imagine the monthly rent for that space. What do they need to break even? And, you know, that's a good conversation to have because a lot of these restaurants in the city just can't do it anymore. The overhead costs are so high. And what many people don't realize is the restaurant business is an extremely low margin business, extremely razor thin margins. So as rents go up, that just adds another cost. Restaurants try to pass that cost on to consumers by raising prices for their food. That deters people from coming, and then unfortunately those restaurants shutter. So Eric, what's up? Good to see you, Eric. Now I want to go all the way down a little bit. We'll go down one more block to 40th Street. I want to show you guys the on-ramp where the taxi cabs and just people drop passengers off at Grand Central Terminal. E. Smith says Happy New Year, Tom, and all viewers. Thank you, E. Happy New Year to you too. Andrew says, hey Tom, we're watching you on New Year's Eve in Wales with Carter, Katie, Hannah, Nayan, Tom. Very awesome. Thank you guys. Now, Wales, we had a pretty good game against you guys in the World Cup. Pretty good game. I think, who's your best player on Wales? Gareth Bale? I think he's one of the greatest players in the world. Enjoyed watching that game. But wishing you and your family a fantastic Happy New Year from New York City. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys. This is the on-ramp to Grand Central Station, Grand Central Terminal. Now, I wonder if you're allowed to walk up here. I don't think so because there's no sidewalk, but... Hey, Robert Flynns is happy from Scotland. Good to see you. We'll try to walk up a little bit just to show you guys. We'll try to stay on the shoulder. But I've never walked up here. We'll go halfway just so we can see a nice shot of the terminal from up close. So here's a view from the bridge, Park Avenue and East 41st Street. Hey, Disney Matt, what's up? This is Tom. What is your opinion on the East Village and Alphabet City area? I was looking at apartments there. They seemed oddly cheap. Yeah, they do. They are oddly cheap. Now, I'll say this. I'm just going to give it to you straight. I tend to be a straight shooter. The Lower East Side, especially a lot of the low-rise buildings, right? And many of these apartments, I'm just going to guess, that you're looking at are probably above restaurants. You're going to have a crazy amount of rats. You're going to have a lot of rats, especially Lower East Side, Alphabet City. A lot of those areas tend to be near, public housing projects. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's good. But I would be very, very careful, Matt, for renting an apartment on the Lower East Side that is above any type of restaurant. You're going to get a ton of rats, like a lot. Now, I think I know which ones you're talking about. Maybe they're like studio apartments or one bedrooms for just under $2,000. You could probably find something just under $2,000. But look, I think if you're young enough, right, and you could really ruck it out, I think you should go for it. I'm just not really too sure your situation. Like, look, if I was 18 years old again, I would be living in a closet, right, and spending $300 a month on rent. But, I don't know your situation. If you have a family or kids, you can't really have, kids in a situation where rats are crawling all over the place. Maybe you could do that when you're 18, but I think just be very careful for apartments on the Lower East Side that are above restaurants and apartments in general that are at the ground level, okay? Because what happens is the building will put all of the garbage right in front of your window. and you're going to hear it at night. All the rats will be fighting each other over the food, and it's not going to be a good look. I have many friends who've lived like that, experienced that, so that would be my 2 cents, if you will. So be careful of any first floor apartments where they put the trash right in front of your window, and anything where restaurants, you're living above a restaurant, particularly in the Lower East Side. That's what would be my advice. It's actually quite peaceful. I'm so glad I walked up there. I've never walked up there before. It's kind of nice. Hey, Austin City Limits, good to see you. Felipe says good night, clean the camera lens. Let me see if I can, hold on. Is that better or worse? You know, I'm surprised it's not raining, guys, right? Not bad. That is true. So they designed much of the ultra-tall buildings in Manhattan to actually sway back and forth. And it's built like that by design. So if you think about 432 Park Avenue, on very extremely windy days in the city, you'll actually be able to feel the building swaying back and forth, and it creaks. But that is by design. You're actually supposed to do that. I think that group of girls got scared of the rats. There's a lot of rats in the city. It's New York. Hey, Lane says Happy New Year's Eve, Tom. Thank you, Lane. I appreciate that. Happy New Year's Eve to you, too. Eric said that would freak me out. Yeah, I mean, you know, I want to experience it. You know, I've only really read about it, but I want to experience it for myself. So maybe we'll have to do some impromptu market research on that. We have a beautiful dog here in front of us. All right, now let's try to venture a little bit further into Midtown. Obviously, this is Lexington Avenue, Park Avenue. Let's head a little bit closer to where the action is, but this is the main street right here, East 42nd Street, Vanderbilt. So they will be dropping the ball on 42nd Street. And the building location is 1 Times Square. So we are a little bit of ways away from that now, but I think as we head back, maybe we'll be able to see a little bit. Hey, Bree Grahams, thanks for joining us. Good to see you, Bree. Welcome. Ooh, they just turned on the lights at the Chrysler Building. Check this out. Yeah, NYC 97 says, geez, it looks warm out. People are wearing just flannels. You know, I'm wearing a winter jacket, NYC 97, and I'm actually a little bit hot. It's like 50 degrees out today. It's actually pretty nice. They said it was going to rain. It rained a little bit. The rain stopped. So this could turn out to be one of the greatest nights or New Year's Eve's New York City's ever had, if it stays exactly like this. No rain, 50 degrees. That's a beautiful night for watching the ball drop there. Hey, Evans says Happy New Year watching from Kenya. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much to all of our Kenyan viewers. Welcome to New York City. We're happy to have you here. That's so crazy that, that's really cool. I think a couple nights ago we had some people from Iraq and Syria as well. It's kind of cool to see all the different countries that join in on the stream. Welcome to New York City. And Happy New Year to you guys.
Aí tem pra amanhã, só não tem? Só não tem pra 3:10.
Crossing Madison Avenue. Class 88 is watching from Pakistan. Wow, cool. Happy New Year's Eve to all of our Pakistani viewers. Welcome to New York. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, Rich Child 1, you're right. New York is a very international city for sure. Bryant is here, says, hey Tom, Happy New Year from Old Forge, Pennsylvania. Good to see everybody from Pennsylvania. You know what I think would be fun in the chat? Just to see how diverse the chat is. If you don't mind, and again, you don't have to, but type where you're watching from in the chat. I think it'd be kind of cool to see the diversity of the audience. Hey, DMs, Tom, I lived in West Babylon for 7 to 15 years. Oh, from 7 to 15 years old, I have family and friends in Shirley, Middle Island, and Massapequa. Hey, very cool. Love that. So you have a little bit of Nassau and Suffolk mixed in. Hey, Julia M, Brooklyn, New York. What's up? Wow, Denver, Colorado, Boston, Alaska. Whoa, crazy. Bronx, Ann Arbor, good to see you from the Bronx. Carol S, Southern Indiana, welcome. A lot of Brooklyn, New York, a lot of Canada. Florida, Zozo Bob, what's up? Mexico City, Newcastle, UK, wow. Sweden. That's so cool. I want to visit Sweden. I see Cyprus, Iran, or Iran. Good to see you. Rhode Island. Brazil, Mumbai, DC. Wow. This is a pretty international audience, guys. This is kind of cool. 90s is Iran. Kathy Lyons, Brooklyn, New York. AHM says Saudi Arabia. Whoa. Thanks so much for joining. I'd love to visit Saudi Arabia one year. Wow, United Arab Emirates. Cool. All right, everybody. Now you can tell we're headed closer and closer to where they dropped the ball, which is right here. You can see the big luminous glow in the distance. We'll try to make it as far as we can. I don't know if we'll get all the way there. You can see the guy with the Planet Fitness Happy New Year's Eve hat on. Oh, I think they blocked it off. I don't think you're actually allowed to go through here. So I think you're only allowed down there if you live or work in the area, which I think is normal, right? Hey, Lopka, thank you so much for the $5 donation. This is hello from Illinois, just out of Chicago. My first time here. So impressed by the informative stream. I liked and subscribed and we'll be back. Hey, thank you so much. And thank you for your very kind donation. Yeah, so for those of you who are new here, we usually go live at 8:30 p.m. And we talk about the financial markets. So we analyze global macro. We talk about the US equity market, emerging markets, fixed income. And it's a 2-hour live stream, 2-hour broadcast between 8:30 and 10:30 at night. But since it's New Year's Eve, we're just kind of hanging out, walking around. As you can see, the NYPD are blocking off the road to car traffic for obvious reasons, right? They don't want any vehicles trying to interfere with the celebrations. I'm sure as we head further north on 5th Avenue, we're gonna have even more traffic. We'll see if we can make a left here. We'll see. Ah, Ahmed. He's here from Egypt. Good to see you, Ahmed. Myra says Happy New Year from Argentina. Love that. Happy New Year to all of our Argentine viewers, and congratulations on your World Cup victory. I know I was happy about that, to see Leo Messi win a World Cup. Starving Artists, greetings from Canada. Our good neighbors to the north. Now, this must be some sort of, or maybe this is just the police officers' personal vehicles as they obviously do their tours tonight in Times Square. Big shout out to all of our law enforcement and the FDNY for, these guys are working overtime tonight. Try to keep everything squared away and ship shape, keep everything on track. So thank all of our civil service people. Now, once again, if you look all the way down, you could see Times Square in the big blue luminescent lights. And we're going to try to get as close as we can. Now, last night's live stream, I think, was actually perfect for seeing sort of the behind-the-scenes look. Everybody setting everything up. It was kind of cool to experience that. We'll try our best tonight. Hey, Tom G, what's up? Good to see you, Tom G. Happy New Year. We got the firehouse right here. Happy New Year to them. Oatmeals is watching from Oregon. Yeah, I heard that. Cristiano Ronaldo signed, what was it, a $200 million deal with a club in Saudi Arabia. That is, congratulations to him. That's insane. That's awesome. I think that was the highest football or soccer contract ever, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Yacht Chi Lam says Happy New Year from Hong Kong. Wow, welcome to New York, and Happy New Year to you too. Thanks so much for watching. Hong Kong is another place that I'd like to visit as well. For my friends who've been to Hong Kong, they said it's very similar to New York in terms of the culture, like a lot of hustle and bustle. My friends who work in banking, who have done, trips to Hong Kong, they're like, it's sort of that same New York culture. Everybody's, super hungry to, work and make money and excel. So I think I'd like to visit too. We'll see. Look, I'm going to travel a lot this year. I think that's going to be a goal of mine, to experience other parts of the world instead of just New York. So we'll see. Tiago Taylor says Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to all. Thank you. Wishing you the same. Here is everybody selling the New Year's Eve glasses and all that.
What's that?
Salah says Happy New Year. Hello from Tunisia. Hello. Thank you for being here. All right, this is the Bank of America Tower on the corner of 42nd Street and Avenue of the Americas, 6th Avenue. I actually used to work right up here, a couple blocks up, at the Marsha McLennan Building, 1166 Avenue of the Americas, very close to Times Square. I think everybody is getting in a line here, you could see, to try to head directly to where they dropped the ball. It looks like there's a big light show or performances. You can see the lights flipping around in the sky. Miss Taylor says Happy New Year from the UK. Thank you for being here. Mike says, does an average Joe make $110K a year as a barista and pay $2K rent? How does anybody survive? Yeah, if you make $110,000 a year and your rent is $2,000, you could survive on that. Yeah, for sure. New York City is an expensive city. I get that. All right, here's what I think we should do, because we may have the best chance of seeing. I just want to at least try to get you guys to see the main, I would say the main location where they're going to drop the ball, right? I think in order to do that, we need to go to 46th Street and bang a left. And then maybe we'll be able to get through. We'll see. We'll try it out. Agents is Happy New Year's from India. Thank you to all of our Indian viewers. Eric says if you're in New York, you're working your tail off. Yeah, it's a big work culture here in New York, but look, if you like what you do, it's you love it. I think I work a lot. I think I work long hours, but at the end of the day, I'm never really tired. Never really tired. West 44th Street. Now we are walking in the direction of Radio City Music Hall, as well as 30 Rock, Rockefeller Center. So this is 40, we're coming up on 46. We may be able to make a left. We'll see if the police officers are going to let us through. We'll see. Wow, Laytha. Evan, thank you so much for your very generous donations and gifts. I'm very, very happy you are a part of Walks on Wall Street, and thank you for your generosity. It's very, very much appreciated. I appreciate it very, very much. Disney Matt says, Tom, do you get paid a lot more to live in New York City when compared to a cheaper city like Chicago in order to compensate for cost of living? Yes, generally yes. This is my old office building here, by the way. Generally yes, but I think you're seeing a seismic shift and a big change now, especially due to the hybrid work environment, right? And we've talked about this as it relates to property values across the United States, specifically in Silicon Valley, right? You know, we've had data coming out of the S&P Global Case-Shiller Index that detailed much of the individual markets across the United States that are taking the biggest price hit. And generally speaking, the East Coast of the United States, stretching all the way from Boston, New York, DC, Philly, all the way down to Miami, Florida, are actually holding up rather well as it relates to the West Coast, specifically locations such as the Valley. Now, why would that be? Well, I don't know, but if I had to guess, if you think about all the tech jobs in the Valley, many of them software engineers, software salespeople, you can do all of those jobs remotely. So why would you want to live in a very, very high cost of living location when you could move to Middle America or another city, keep your same salary, be just as productive, but have a lot more money in your pocket left over at the end of the day? It's going to be an interesting trend to watch. All right, here we are at 46th Street. We're going to cross Avenue of the Americas, 6th Ave right now. I think it is blocked off. I thought we could just be able to make it. Hey, Hawaii, what's up? It looks like these people are online for something. Doesn't it look like there's a line? The thing is, if we go in, I want to be able to get back out. Hey, Cosmo Scary, thank you so much for your very generous donation. I appreciate it very much, Cosmo, for all the help this year. Zada, no. I wish I was 6'5". Sunshine After Rain, thank you so much as well for being a good moderator. I'll try to keep my eye on the chats, but as I think more people come in here, it may be a little bit difficult. Hey, Nicholas Duras, Tom, when do you think you'll ride the Staten Island ferry again? I don't know. I think it needs to warm up a bit for that. But maybe we'll try to hit it next week. Well, guys, you can see the line. It looks like they're in line for something. I think they are waiting to get inside the Times Square area, so. But we are about to come across the News Corporation building. Obviously, News Corp owns Fox News, Wall Street Journal, Investors Business Daily, and Barron's. And they actually shoot Fox News right here, West 57th Street. And the News Corporation made a very aggressive acquisition of Investors Business Daily about a year ago for $250 million. Man, it looks like it's extremely packed up ahead. Hey, the ABX girl, what's up? So this is New York City's Diamond District, and you'll know because you'll see the big posts here for the Diamond District. Hey, out and about. Speaking of Canada, good to see you out and about. Well, at least you guys have a little bit of a shot into Times Square directly down the street here. Hey, Exploration, what's up? Happy New Year. Oh, I think she's streaming, right? What? Oh no, maybe just taking a video. But this is the main Christmas tree here at News Corporation. Now, I want to give everybody a quick recommendation. So I went to Penn Station today and bought a copy of the Investors Business Daily. Because on the first weekend before the end of the year, obviously, they do their 2000 or their next year market forecast. And it's always interesting to see what different analysts on the street are saying. So I would definitely go ahead and pick up a copy of IBD and not read it to see what the market's going to do, but to compare it and contrast it from your own analysis. Right, so I think this year they're hosting some analysts from Deutsche Bank, Scotiabank, BNP Paribas, which is a French investment bank. So I'll be reading that maybe when I get back to the office and got to get some dinner here. But the headquarters is right here, News Corp. We may start to buffer, by the way, too. Hey, CeeLo is here. Good to see you, Stephen Bate. Welcome. Eric Weaver. We are coming up on West 48th Street, which means we're probably going to start to buffer, but we'll find out. We'll see. Looks like they're giving out something. Should we see what it is and should we get one? What do you guys think? I'll let the chat decide. There's two very nice ladies here giving out something. Hey, Vivian, yes. Hawaii says yes. All right, we'll see. We'll see what they're gonna give out. Let's let the rickshaw guy cross. Excuse me, may I have one?
Yeah, you can have a bunch. There you
Oh,
go.
thank you so much. Happy New Year. All right, let's see what it is. Oh, I don't know what this is. I think it's socks. Hold on, let me show you guys. Maybe it's their company. All right, we'll plug it because I think they're entrepreneurs. Maybe it's their startup. Let's plug it. Hold on. Give me a minute. We'll plug it. We'll plug it. Hold on. All right, here we go. Yeah, they're giving out socks. I think they're women's socks, by the way. We'll plug it, might as well. If it's their own startup, I really like that aggressive go-getterness. I mean, New Year's Eve, they're out working, right? All right, so here is another view from the northernmost side of the News Corp building. Okay, let's push up a little bit more. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button if you're new.
Not like that. Grab it like this.
Now in the distance you could see Radio City Music Hall. And I think the Rockettes Christmas Spectacular is still playing. Hey, the RVer, thank you so much for your $10 donation. Says Happy New Year, Tom. Happy New Year to you too, the RVer. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm wishing you and your family a very happy New Year and wishing your channel much success too in the new year. Oh, look at the police dog. Really nice. Get away from the blast of music. Now notice the sanitation vehicles. You'll see this quite often leading up to the streets that go into Times Square to try to prevent any, nefarious activity and attacks. So sanitation trucks will be out in full force. I think this is the main gate where people actually enter to get into Times Square to see the ball drop. You'll notice the massive line here, and I think it stretches all the way down and around to where we just were. You're talking 3 to 4 to 5 city blocks of people just waiting to get a glimpse of the ball that's going to drop in Times Square. Kind of crazy. I don't know if I would wait in that line, but I mean, God bless him. I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So, hey, Toby Sanchez says Happy New Year's Eve. Tom, what's up, Toby? Thank you so much for your well wishes in the new year. Okay, I think we may start to buffer here. Hey Malcolm, what's up? They still have the main Christmas bulbs here outside of 1251 Avenue of the Americas. Let's try to make a lap around here. Yeah, Eric says, can you imagine on the amount of trash on the streets? Well, I'll tell you a quick story. As you guys know, one of my teenage jobs, I used to work at a clothing store inside Times Square. And the store was called Express. And the shift that I used to work, this was way back when I was like 19. The shift that I used to work, I would get in at 9 o'clock at night and I would leave at 3 o'clock in the morning. I would, restock all of the clothes. And on New Year's Eve, it's literally like a tornado of confetti where even though we close all the doors and make sure we lock the doors tight, for months, and I'm talking about months, you have to be picking up confetti off of the floor because it gets in the vents. When you turn the heat on, the confetti is blowing out of the vents, it's blowing out of the AC. It's just crazy. You guys will see. If you come to New York and you walk around, 2 or 3 weeks or even a month after New Year's Eve, you'll still see confetti all over the place for probably months. Here we have the NYPD giving out directions. Ooh, he has Magnolia Bakery. That's a fantastic place. This is a really, really nice view here, everybody. We'll try to get a little bit closer to the fountain so you can hear it. Hey, Jeffrey Vargas says, greetings everybody from San Diego, California. What's up? Just gotta wipe the camera lens. Can we get a quick time check in the chat? I just want to make sure we're on time. Want to see what time it is. Samantha R says, Tom, are we filming till midnight? No, we're not. This is actually just a test live stream. I actually have to go to the office. I got to get some stuff done. I got to eat. And then we should be back live starting at maybe 10. I think we may start the live stream at 10, 11, 12. That'll bring us right to New Year. So if you guys subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified when we go live again. Assuming that the rain stays off, right? Assuming that the rain is not all crazy. But Samantha R, Happy New Year. Thank you for being a great moderator on the channel this year. I appreciate it very much. Hey, War Walker, what's up? War Walker, any New Year's Eve plans, my friend? Anything interesting? Golden City is bullish on Tom for 2023. I'm bullish on you too, man. Maybe we'll see, since we have the light, you guys can see over there. Let's cross, because my office is 49th and 5th. So I got to cross anyway. So we'll see. It's usually a big buffer zone here, but
traffic building in both on the end.
maybe we'll actually be able to see a nice view of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Oh my God, this guy has 2 dogs in his backpack. You guys see that? You catch that? If you didn't, rewind it. The guy had 2 dogs in the backpack. 10 out of 10 on that. Fantastic. So Radio City Music Hall is home to the very famous Christmas Spectacular with the Rockettes. I've seen it many times. And I think it still goes to maybe about January 15th, I think it stops. But this is the main 30 Rock, Rockefeller Center. And this is the main top of the Rock, which has a fantastic view. But if we keep walking down towards 5th Avenue, okay, so just remember we're walking eastbound. So if you think about where we are on a map of Manhattan, all the way east, it'll actually take you out to Queens, out to Long Island, Nassau, Suffolk County, and then all the way this way is 6th Avenue, then 7th, 8th, into Times Square, and then New Jersey is all the way out there. Really quick, this is actually the Barclays Investment Bank that we were talking about earlier in the live stream. A little bit of Wall Street history for those of you who are just joining. That Barclays used to be Lehman Brothers. Obviously, as the great financial crisis ensued, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt and they went under. And Barclays, as a part of the deal, is they took over the real estate in that building. So if you ever see any of the old Wall Street documentaries about the great financial crisis and you see all of those iconic photos with all of the bankers walking out of the office building with, you know, all of their stuff in cardboard boxes, that happened right there. In this building with the blue top on it, used to be the Lehman Brothers, now taken over by a British investment bank called Barclays. But here's the famous Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Hey, Eyeglass Lady, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here throughout the year. Arthur Andre, good to see you. Pixelogics, just hope you have a 10 out of 10 New Year, Tom. Thank you so much, Pixelogic. I appreciate it. Rich Child says, Tom, I've been off of work since December 20th. It's been wonderful, but not ready to go back to work yet. Oof. Yeah, it'll be quite the rude awakening, but I think it's good. I think it's good to get back in the swing of things, start with a fresh slate for the new year. Vinny Castellano, I agree too. The Wall Street tree is a little bit better. Robert Harris, good to see you. Mimi is here, welcome. Oh, we have the Saks Fifth Avenue Holiday Light Show starting again. I think I'm going to be hearing that music in my sleep for the next 3 months. It's beautiful, but you know. Hey, Texas Princess, thank you so much for your very kind $20 donation. This is Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support this year. Wishing you and your family a very happy new year as well. This is the famous Saks Fifth Avenue, where it has the very famous holiday light show. You'll hear it right now. Hey, Barefoot, hey, what's up? Just, hey, Tommy, Happy New Year from sunny Florida. Oh my God. Barefoot Vlogger, I want to get back to Florida too, my friend. I got to get back down to Miami. Yeah, we'll link up when we're down there, man. You got to come down a little bit further south. Maybe I'll take a trip up there too. For those of you who are watching, if you guys want to see beautiful sunny Florida, check out our pal in the chat there, Barefoot Vlogger. Former New Yorker, I think Brooklyn, I think. I'm a little bit further out on Long Island, but Happy New Year to you. Thanks for being here. Oh, Brighton Beach, okay, nice. All right, now we got to cross the street. So we are going to head right up here to the 19th floor.
Let's go. It's right here.
So let's head out. Maybe we'll cross at this light outside of St. Patrick's. Or maybe we'll go a little bit further. Hey, Selfridge, good to see you. So this is the very famous and beautiful St. Patrick's Cathedral, but as you all know, one of my favorite churches in the city is actually a little bit further north of here. It's called St. Thomas Church. Now I gotta tell you guys, this building right here is called the Olympic Tower. And I think I told you already, but we do have some new people here. My buddy has an apartment there. He's rented an apartment, and it is by far, and no joke, the most beautiful view you'll ever see in Manhattan. And the reason why I think that is because the building's right across the street from St. Patrick's. St. Patrick's is very, very small in comparison to all the other buildings around. So if you live in the Olympic Tower, you have an unobstructed view of all of the main buildings. Unobstructed view of the Empire State Building, 30 Rockefeller Center, One World Trade Center, the Chrysler Building, One Vanderbilt, and many more. It's amazing. I think I posted a video about it on my Twitter handle. If you want to follow @WalksWallStreet on Twitter. I think it may be up there. I think I posted a long time ago, but unbelievable building. Really, really nice building there. Max Pop is here. Good to see you, Max. West 51st Street and 5th Avenue. Hey, Beyond the Matrix. Happy New Year's Eve to you and your family. Thank you for joining us. RL says, hey Tom, still doing the newsletter? Yes. So RL, we are going to start back up in the new year. So Twitter has sold or is discontinuing their newsletter service called Review. So I just finished migrating all of the emails and all of the newsletters over to Substack. So I will be posting the link to the Substack. But yeah, we're going to get back on a regular schedule. And it's going to be going strong in the new year, I promise you that. A lot of interesting things to come. We'll walk up one more and then we'll make a left, or we'll make a right, excuse me. Then maybe go down Madison, and then it'll be the easier way to get into the office there. Hey, Susanna Q4, good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Yeah, I think the buffering should stop as we get away from Midtown. So here is actually it's open to the public in the Olympic Tower. I never knew this. I have to take you guys in here if it's open to the public. It's my favorite. Now the building doesn't really have any amenities, I'll just warn you guys, but I think too much buffering. Maybe I'll have to do a standalone video to show you guys. Hey, James. Good to see you, James. Thanks so much for being here. I'll have to film a standalone video to show you guys what's up with that. Will M says, cheers, Tom, and stay dry. Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining the 2022 New Year's Eve pre-live stream. Let me see if I have my key card. I don't even know if I have it. Let me see. Oh, I got it. Sunshine after rain, Liz, welcome. Harjot says, hey, Walks on Wall Street, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you too. We are now on the southernmost side of St. Patrick's, crossing to the south side of East 51st. Vinny Castellano, thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. Here's the backside of St. Patrick's. Nobody ever really sees this. Ah, Zadis, it's time to grow my ribeye. I gotta go get some food too. Enjoy your steak. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat too tonight. All right, one more block east 49th, we'll make a right. RCM, I haven't decided. I'm not too sure. I got to figure it out. I got to get some work done. I got to do, I got to get some stuff done. And then maybe we should, I mean, assuming the rain's not going to be too horrible, we'll probably be back on tonight. But I got to knock some work out here. Hey, Teresa Diaz, thank you so much for your very kind donation. I appreciate it, Teresa. Bren Harthorne says, hey Tom, what is your favorite place to eat in Chinatown? It's a restaurant called 456. Very good. Very, very good. Now everybody, I gotta run, but I'll tell you this. We will be back live very, very soon, starting at about 10 p.m. We will be live. I got to go in, do some work. I'm probably going to go eat. Hold on. So if you guys enjoyed the live stream tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button if you're new. And hopefully we will see you guys at 10 p.m. tonight. But I gotta get some work done here. Whew. Hey, Happy New Year. Da, 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 da. 848, what's up, Malcolm? So thank you all for joining. I'm wishing you all a very, very happy new year with you and your families. And we will see you right back here live in a little bit. Take you guys back up. All right, team, time to get some work done. And I'll see everybody later. Thank you so much for joining. Happy New Year. We'll meet again in a few hours. Take care.